Hello, and welcome to Energy Connects discussions, where we bring you the latest insights and updates from the world of energy. For our discussions today, I'm delighted to be joined by Javier Cavada, President and Chief Executive Officer of Africa, Middle East, and Europe at Mitsubishi Power. Javier, thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure, Chiranjeev. It's a great pleasure, and I was looking forward to seeing you in Abu Dhabi recently. So it's great to connect this way.
Absolutely. After the record rains, and one of the reasons for that rain was put on the climate change, and the energy transition is picking up pace to be able to help with that climate change. Now, just getting into Mitsubishi Power, and how are you accelerating the energy transition and helping combat this climate change through green power?
Definitely. Thank you for the question, Chiranjeev. And as you mentioned, record rainfalls in Abu Dhabi and in the UAE recently. I can tell you we have record sun irradiation in the UK. We have London is super sunny in the last, which is nothing that should be to be complained about, but definitively we are in a transition where our technologies, the technologies that the Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Group, that MHI, that Mitsubishi Power has been developing for many years, are fundamental. So technologies to decarbonize the grid, let's say the electricity production globally, but in our region, electricity production is accountable for more than 2/3, more than 60% of the emissions, the greenhouse emissions, the emissions that carbonize or excessively emit CO2 to the atmosphere are coming from electricity production. So we have the technologies that decarbonize the production of electricity by bringing hydrogen as a molecule that can replace, by blending step by step, can be replacing natural gas. And also we have technologies to fully decarbonize with capturing and storing CO2 emissions. So the company has been for more than 60 years investing heavily in the technologies that are fundamental in the coming 10 to 20 years for the humankind. So that's why we're in a good place, but at the same time, we have a huge responsibility in our hands that we want to deliver.
Absolutely. And during that 6 decades that you spoke about, that Mitsubishi Power's contribution to the world and the community at large, you must have seen a lot of collaborations. So in your view, how can industry and governments collaborate more to scale up the deployment of low carbon solutions? And specifically, what has been your experience when it comes to hard-to-abate industries?
That's an excellent one. It's called the public-private partnerships. The PPPs, fundamental. Fundamental. So public by itself, so governments by themselves, they cannot deliver the transition. They cannot deliver the plans. Private industries by ourselves, we cannot either, because we need a regulation. We need a rules of the game set up that enable the projects to happen. So the partnership, the collaboration is fundamental. So we have been already working in the hard-to-abate industries, as I mentioned, the last 50 to 60 years. So steel industry, steel mills, aluminum smelters, cement factories, refineries, how to decarbonize the carbon footprint. One good example is the recent agreement, the Memorandum of Understanding with ADNOC in Abu Dhabi and in the UAE, between MHI and ADNOC to look at the whole industry of the region, the whole industry of the UAE, and how to decarbonize, how to bring the right technologies, and how to set up the incentives that enable these lower carbon solutions to displace the more traditional and the ones that have been in place for longer time. So we are in that transition, and we know we are the technology force pushing that transition forward, but we cannot do it alone. So collaboration and setting up the right regulation and incentives is key, is needed, is fundamental, as you said well.
No, that's an excellent point, Javier. Thank you. And in doing so, you are also deploying a lot of technologies that Mitsubishi Power is known for. So can you highlight some of them, and especially the ones that support decarbonization and the energy transition in the region?
Thank you. We are very proud. We're very proud of being. Now we are already 2 years in a row. So in 2022, 2023, We have the global #1 market share in combined cycle, in gas to power, you would call it, according to the McCoy global reports. We have something like 36% of the global market, which shows that our technology for gas to power is the most demanded. The reasons are reliability. I want to say reliability of execution, our capacity to, as a Japanese DNA, very strong group, we are able to deliver on time and in quality and in performance. And of course, the efficiency of our units. There is no technology, and I'm a mechanical engineer, there is no technology developed by the humankind which is more efficient thermal to power efficiency than our Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Mitsubishi Power technology. We call it the JAC, the J series air-cooled units. They reach 64% efficiency, nothing like that. And in the advanced gas turbines, the advanced gas to power turbines, we have up to 56% global market share. So it's more than half of the global market. I don't want to call it good news. The great news is that the market is moving to higher efficiency, to lower carbon, to energy transition. And all our portfolio, Chiranjeev, is hydrogen ready. So we already have demonstrated 30% commercially. So we have already, last year, 2023, we commercially launched all our plants, all our gas turbines can utilize 30% hydrogen blended with natural gas. Next year, 2025, we're going to come with the 50%, and by end of this decade, 2030, we expect to come out with 100% totally hydrogen ready turbines. And with a caveat, which a very important note here is that we in Mitsubishi Power and Mitsubishi, we don't launch products without having tested them in-house for many, many hours running. So we talk about around 2 years operating the plants in-house in our real scale laboratories in Japan, laboratories that are connected to the grid. So we are producing electricity, clean electricity to the grid. And after that, we commercialize. So that's behind the success of our technologies in the market.
I think that sort of outlines, a nice description of what the future is going to look like, especially in this region as it pursues cleaner forms of energy. So can you give us a sense of all the collaborations and the projects that are happening that are helping Mitsubishi Power expand its footprint in the region and some of your key projects?
We have many projects in the UAE. I mean, I would like to mention the Fujairah F3 plant, where we are bringing the largest and the most efficient combined cycle technology into the region. And then we have the Saria Al Laya combined cycle power plant, also in the UAE. This is the smaller frame gas turbine, the N701. We are coming a bit technical. We have the largest one, the large one, and then the smaller one. So the smaller ones are already 100% hydrogen ready. We call it the H25 gas turbine of 40 megawatts. But we have multiple projects, as I mentioned. I mentioned UAE. I would like to mention also Kuwait. Kuwait, we are already more than 50 years in the country, decarbonizing, bringing technologies, bringing heavy-duty solutions for wealth creation and growth creation. So we have several projects. I mean, I would like to mention Sevilla Power Station as one of the key ones. Egypt in the region is one of our most forward-looking countries, from solar power to electricity. So we already have the largest refinery in Alexandria, which is already running in hydrogen, utilizing our technologies. And of course, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, where we are bringing multiple projects in which our most efficient, most reliable gas to power turbines are already coming with the hydrogen capacity connected to the grid, big volumes. And I have to state in this list of projects, without extending myself too long, that this region has been, as you know, in our history. I'm a I'm a seasoned engineer with 25 years of experience. I think I have another 25 years in front of me. Has been the capital of energy. It has been the center of energy production, the center of the energy, oil and gas up to energy that we have known. And we see that this region is becoming the energy transition hub going forward. So it's smart regulation makers are repositioning the region to become the enabler of the energy transition in the region, but especially in the neighboring countries, because we have, besides having all the engineering capacities and execution capacities in the region, we also have the solar resource and we have the capital resources enabling this transition to happen faster than in other regions. So good vibes and good outlook for the region, and we are very proud and very enthusiastic and energized to be big part of this future.
That's really nicely summed up, Javier, that the capital of energy, and that's the place where I think Mitsubishi Power is now focusing, and obviously, leading up to a cleaner and a greener future.
Fantastic, absolutely. We are super committed, Chiranjeev, to the region, so we are very local in the region, and we want to make sure that the targets are achieved successfully, and that we make this region that hub of technology, hub of know-how, hub of execution that has been in the past with the new technologies, the forward-looking technologies, to low carbon and zero carbon technologies that we have been investing in for the last decades.
It's been such a pleasure talking to you, Javier, and thank you so much for your time and for joining us.
It's really my pleasure. Best wishes. Take care.
A big thank you to everyone watching, and see you soon on another Energy Connects discussion. Until then, goodbye.